body or outside. The bodies are just the form, you know, so it's just like the forms being left. And that they're kind of void of material, that they no longer have content or something. They just have form, and all the content of the body is outside. It's the world.
What are you going to make now?
I'm just going to move the paper body, the top and the bottom, the head and the bottom, and put them together on the operating table. I like the wispy quality of it in some way. Well, this is what I'll start taking out. See, this doesn't exist anymore. Now it's this.
Right.
But I'll start taking out things.
I like that this is,
so you can keep coming and going.
I almost like the featheriness.
I know, I thought it was like a green, I mean, it was really weird.
Yeah. But what I'm hoping is that it will be very black in here,
Yeah.
but a lot of layers. And then as it goes out to the edges, get more and more delicate like that. See? You know, it's because I'm not making molds. I'm making just the wax is the thing. Yeah. This is what I want to know. I'm painting them in, and then one layer to the next, it separates. It doesn't really adhere. Like, yeah, I know, but I have to do it that way. So, Tom said that maybe Jens knew something to put petroleum or paint it with something or do something or other. No. Now we're painting wax onto wax, basically. Yeah. I was going to melt these surfaces on the top of this, but then I was thinking, because I'm trying to adhere like two whole halves of bodies together. So, I don't know, what do you think, like that? And then if we get that kind of really in there, like every...
Looks like blood.
I know, I love it so much. I think it really is such a beautiful color.
Yeah, it is a nice color. It definitely looks organic.
Yeah. It's cool for physical therapy at Hunter to look at all these clothes.
Oh, cadavers, right. He's skeptical.
I know. It's important to have secrets.
Yeah, it's true.
Like to invoke things. Okay, that makes sense. We're making this up as we go along.
It's organic sculpture.
Yeah, okay, so let's see where we're at here. Let's pull this down.
Right. Selling something. But I do have other works that are related, that are totally related. Same type paintings and it has text that are not in the show. I'm doing critical practice at Saul Ostro's house, working with a pastry chef and learning how to make cookies. He has a really nice big table in the space. It's like his living room table, and it's a home. So I'm installing art in the home. So I'll put up some paintings, and I bought these little LED lights that go inside my glass heads and stuff. So I'm going to put some heads that have light inside them. So I'm just sort of trying to make his house a little more homey with an art collection. During the time I'm in residency there, he's having a round table. He does these round table discussions. So he's having a round table discussion about consent. And it's going to be run by the woman who was attacked at Columbia, who goes to class with a mattress, you know. she's actually running the forum. So that'll just be during my show, which I find quite interesting, you know. I mean, I'm not addressing it directly in my artwork, but I like that it's going on in the middle of my artwork.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna taste it. Take the glove. Oh, okay. One on the
I'm
bottom.
going to do a little bit of this and that, and then we're going to start right now, because I wouldn't want to, I don't want it to change. That looks great. Looks very good. Looks very, very good. I'm just trying to make it look like fun. Keep going off this way. So now you see what it looked like when you just had the alginate on it, right?
In 1978, when I was wondering how to proceed with my just first art show in California, which was about earth art, I was meeting people here in the New York art world, like Colleen Fitzgibbon, Robin Winters, Richard Miller, and the general word was that earth art is not happening, forget about it, let's be more hip and cool and deal with social issues or political issues. And since I was also doing maps of some sort, they thought that was political, and therefore that was okay to show my maps, but not to show my ideas about earth art. That was 1978. At that time also, very importantly, there was this whole movement to have art be somehow collaborative or team-like, maybe with film or video production. And that was started by the person behind the camera, Colleen, I believe Robin and Andrea. Is that the three? Michael McLeod and Liza Bear, okay. And this was coming out of, furthermore, I think it's important to note, the general climate that somehow art needs to get on a bigger stage, art needs to address a wider public. Betsy Sussler, very good, and that's with Bomb Magazine. And these people, just to recount them again, Colleen Fitzgibbon, Becky Howland, okay, Betsy, Colleen Fitzgibbon, Robin Winters, Michael McLeod, Liza Bear, Andrea Collard, Betsy Sussler.
And more. And others.
Oh, yeah, but let's just say we can go on and on. The point is there was a certain mood to have art be collaborative, art be teamwork, art be big scale, art be going to the public, not just go to collectors, not go to curators, not go to museums, but somehow be on the streets and somehow be in the world. Now, a lot of other people agglomerated in this movement. For example, Jenny Holzer with her street work, and some other artists who kind of moved in and then moved out, like Kiki Smith. The point is, it was a bit of a scene. They did do some landmark shows, like the real estate, the Times Square show, and the real estate show, the Times Square show, and these were the beginning of some kind of attempt at art that is socially relevant, politically or publicly addressed, broader in scale than just images or abstract this and that, and also moving beyond, or even maybe incorporating, embracing the initiative of Earth Art, which was, again, art out in the world, but taking that whole initiative onto a much wider scale.
Over a period of time, there was the complete denial by the people who lived in this whole basin, which is the Arabian Sea basin or the Persian Gulf basin. The people here denied the right of anyone to have the oil there. So they just cut off the oil fields, and they moved from there to having no oil for anyone in the West. What happened then? Japan needed oil. Japan had to do something desperately. Japan was hoping to explore oil with China, but it could not act so. So, it looked to Alaska. They rushed right into the Arctic Sea. They take over the Yukon Valley. They take over the Beaufort Sea. They take over the Bering Sea. They take over the whole Alaskan current, always it stretches down to what used to be the Russian territory, down here in the northwest part of the United States. So Japan extends its grip through the whole water circulation as it rushes from around San Francisco, up past Alaska, beyond Alaska, into the Bering Sea, and into, of course, Tokyo.
Account of it, but it's not only going to be just only the archive. I certainly intend to act on a number of the elements that I've done now. So I see we have your National Disgrace. If we should have a National Disgrace show again in Washington.
When he's talking about belonging to No Rio, not belonging to ABC No Rio Inc. or whatever your corporate flagship is, but the concept of ABC No Rio, which would flow into Collab, Allied Productions, and and the other various moving.
Everything that was acquired prior to the incorporation of ABC No Rio is the property of Collaborative Projects.
So you're really going to be so.
If you pull it out and look at it, because it will all go back to the same number. And while this is doing this, we can continue to discuss any open themes. I think somebody just got this is actually artwork.
What's that?
We're gonna do like a film on collaboration. What are your views on collaboration?
Yeah, can't everybody just get along?
I want to have fun. I want to have a party. I want to have just like one night.
That's right. Jack hates that.
What are you writing?
Well, he's writing on the
he's writing on it.
Look at this picture. I never saw this.
This is a long.
This is
this is all stuff that we were hoping.
And this is I made this sweater when I was in 8th grade. Right,
I remember those.
No one's ever seen it.
But I don't remember that photograph.
What is that?
That's amazing.
I don't know. This was. These are the things that Tom Warren pulled off before he did the Polaroid.
I did like that stencil.
Look, aren't these great? No, that's a Colleen. Oh, that's my bow tie guy stenciled on top of Colleen and Robin's poster.
Someone to.
How do we get it out?